Hello, Libra. It is Marley with Fawn and Fire Intuitive. I hope you guys are doing awesome. I am doing your readings for May, June, and July. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and I do them in 3-month windows because the energy could be happening right now or in the near future, but it could also be a little bit further out, okay? So I'm doing a special reading because I'm in Florida right now, and I've been to Disney and Universal, so I'm doing a Disney-themed reading, looking into life and love and whatever's going on with you. I wrote down a bunch of Disney quotes and songs, and I'm just going to use them to add to the reading. And then I split the deck into 2 piles, so we have all the characters on this side and the story on this side. Okay, so we're going to see how who you are right now, the character you're moving into, how people are seeing you, the characters you're dealing with, and then the story. Okay. And I pulled from the spirit animal deck because Disney movies often have animals that are important to the story. Okay, so let's see what else. If you're looking for a personal reading, my information's in the box below. If this doesn't resonate with you, check out my reading, the other videos for your moon, rising, or Venus sign, and maybe one of those messages will resonate more. If you are on Instagram, I'm there too, so follow me please. Fawn and Fire Intuitive, you can message me there for a personal reading as well. Okay, Libra? So, your first card is Swan Spirit. Time for a deep dive, okay? I love this card. It's one of my favorites in the deck. It's one, because I think about the ugly duckling turning into a swan and how things that seemed like they couldn't work out. How people who thought, everyone judged and said they weren't going to accomplish anything or whatever. This card is about diving deep and proving people wrong, okay? It's about, and not just proving other people wrong, because it's not about that. It's about truly blossoming into you, what you're wanting to create, what you're wanting to have in a relationship, who you truly are, accepting that, seeing that reflection back at you, okay? Your quote is from, what movie is that? Pocahontas. It's by Grandmother Willow. Listen with your heart and you will understand, okay? And with the 2 songs that came out, it was interesting because they're both from The Little Mermaid. And so that really made me see one thing in particular, that there's like a compromise that needs to be made or a choice that needs to be made. Because we have Part of Your World, but then we have Poor Unfortunate Souls by Ursula. Those poor unfortunate souls, it's sad, but true. This one wanting to be thinner, this one wants to get the girl, and do I help them? Yes, of course. It's like there is, in The Little Mermaid, the people who were desperate for something, they traded something important to them. So she wanted legs so bad to be able to get to who she wanted, that she gave up her voice, the thing that she could use to communicate with him. And I feel like you're kind of in a place like that, where to get something you want, there's like this, either you're being asked to sacrifice something or there's a need to sacrifice something. And some of you might be so married to a story, to a desire, to a certain person, to a certain outcome, and that has to be let go in order to actually get what you really want, okay? And that's why you're being told, listen with your heart, and then you'll understand. So often, we get so caught up in our head, we're the pros and the cons, and everything is so rational, but most of the time when we're so caught up in our head, it's not rational, because there's all this there's so much of it that's come from outside sources, how we've been raised, fears, what ifs, and sometimes when we listen with our heart, we know the right decision to make. So let's look into who you are right now, who you're becoming, and how other people are seeing you. Oh, 2. The High Priestess. The High Priestess is deep. It's time for a deep dive. And the Page of Swords, okay? So the High Priestess uncovers the hidden things, and the Page of Swords, it's like two different energies. The High Priestess looks deep within, looks deep into the universe, studies the cards, is very spiritual, you know? The Page of Swords learns by watching, standing back. They can spy sometimes. So in a lot of ways, it is a very conflicting energy, because one is looking at the practical and just like watching, and the other one is like seeking in a different way. Okay, so you have a lot of information, which is probably why you're being asked to get out of your head, because you could be trying to like process through all this information that could even be contradictory. You know, you might feel something, you might know something to be true just because you know it in your heart of hearts, but if you look at the practical, it doesn't look like that. It looks like the ugly duckling. Who are they becoming? King of Cups in reverse, okay? You could be dealing with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You know, the King of Cups is guarded emotionally. They are loving, but they don't necessarily verbalize it. They might show it in other ways. People see you, you have the Nine of Pentacles. They see you as someone who's like okay on their own, who's like creating something, has the ability, either has a lot of abundance around them or has the ability to create a lot of abundance. Yeah, it's important that you deal with this conflicting energy, okay? Because it really is head versus heart right now. It's possible that, you know, here's part of the problem. It's important to allow space, okay? If you're dealing with a relationship where, you know, what you see is contradicting what you know in your heart, like you feel like you have this spiritual connection, so you're like, that's it, I'm just gonna cut it off. Like, I don't care. It's very, with the Five of Wands here, that's a very conflicting energy. It's going to make you angry. A lot of times there's a need to allow space. One of the deepest dives we can make is learning truly how to love unconditionally. That means we honor how we feel. Like, I care about this person, even though for some reason right now there's a block between us, or I care about this thing or this dream, even if it seems impossible. And even if other people don't get it, because, but yet at the same time, I allow space for them and their journey. I allow space for them to come back into my life if the time comes in. I allow space for this to have been an important moment in my life. I allow space that I needed this love and this experience. But I also allow space if the universe wants to bring something else in, okay? Because right now, it's not showing like this big reconciliation or celebration, but it is showing fate moving you forward, okay? The Eight of Pentacles, you're building something. And in fact, it looks like the two of you might be working on opposite things. And you can allow it to like stress you out and make you worried and ashamed and, you know, all these thoughts like, oh my gosh, you know, did I get taken advantage of? Did, you know, I really want this? Like, very conflicting energies. And that's why you're being asked to listen with your heart, not your mind. there's so many options of like what this could be or what it could have been, okay? And so it's like you doubt yourself. You're like, oh my gosh, am I crazy? Am I being deceived? Is this my soulmate? Is this my twin flame? Is this a false twin flame? Is this, you know, am I ever going to get what I want? And it's actually putting you on guard, and you're outside of receptive mode right now, okay? You're feeling like this situation is an ugly duckling, or you're an ugly duckling, or like something has to be ugly because this is not working out. Three of Wands. Listen with your heart. Look further out. You know, Ariel, when she gave up her voice, she had no doubt. She listened to her heart. She was like, no, that's what I have to do. I have to be able to get close to him. I've always wanted to walk on land. I've always wanted to experience this. And if I have to give up something to experience it, I will, because I know it's going to work out. She didn't overthink it. She just kept doing the next best thing. Yeah. You're being asked to be bold and to remember nothing is as bad as it seems and nothing is as good as it seems, and that's going to help you regain your balance so that you can actually turn something ugly into something beautiful. Okay, Libra, I hope this was helpful to you. So much love and light to you. Comment below if it resonated. And yeah, if you're on Instagram, I'm there too. Fawn and Fire Intuitive. Much love to you guys. Bye.